Hello, this is Julie from Bubbleberries Craft. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have a little soap box for you with vintage floral paper which I've chosen from the Abloom design series paper. And I'm going to show you how to make this today. In order to do this you will need a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and this needs to measure 8 1/4 inches by 6 1/4 inches. And you'll need to bring in your scoreboard. Don't worry about any of the sizes, the scorings or any of the details. There will be a link below that you can click on that will take you straight over to my blog, and all the details will be there. With your paper in your scoreboard, with the long side at the top, we need to score at 1 1/4, 3 1/2, 4 6/8, and again at 7. Then we can turn our cardstock with the short side now at the top, and we score at 1 1/4 inches and at 5. Oops, I jumped out of my line there. There we go, that's better. And that's all your scoring done. So I'm going to move that to one side. We can come along and we can just burnish all of our score lines that we've just made. And then taking our scissors, you can see you've got 3 boxes running down either side. We need to come along and just trim up all of these score lines to the first score line that goes across. Turn that around and do exactly the same on the other side. Then before we go on to do anything else, we need to put on the designer series paper. Again, I'm using the Abloom, and you will need a piece for the top of the box, and this needs to measure 3 1/2 by 2 inches. So I'm just going to use some Snail just to quickly pop that onto the front of the box. And then you will need 3 pieces that measure 3 1/2 by 1 inch, and these are for what will be the back part of the box, another piece for the front, and then where the box opens up with your thumb grip here, you've just got another piece that nestles underneath there, and that will need to go onto the back part over here. Piece down here. Okay. And then the last 2 pieces are for the sides of the lid, and they need to measure 2 inches by 1 inch. Now before we start building up the box, you've got a window in your soap box, and by doing the window we're also then chonking in our grip to help open the box. So to do this I'm using the large scallop oval punch, and if you fold in this front panel here and then take your punch and push it in and just eyeball it, get it into the centre where you're happy, and then punch that out. So there's your window part, and this is your thumb grip. You need to keep this piece, just pop that to one side, and then we can start building up the box by putting glue onto all of these tabs that you've made. I'm going to use snail, but I would suggest using a liquid glue or sticky strip, as it is the cardboard. So just running around, putting sticky strip on all of these tabs. I'm going to start by building up the base of the box and just bringing in your tab and lining up your side. Stick that into place. Do that all the way round. We can come along and do exactly the same with the lid. And that is the box then completed. And then I'm picking up on the yellow that's in the all Abloom, and I've just got some twine that I'm going to use to wrap around the box. Obviously you'd put your soap in. So just wrapping 2-3 times around the box. Then taking the piece that you've punched out from the top, I'm using my hole punch, and I'm just going to punch a hole into there, threadle, if I can, threadle this onto the label. There we go. And then just tying that off with a knot. And then on this one I've just done a little bit of stamping, and using the Blushing Bride ink, and I'm using the Around Array series today and the For You stamp down here. So taking a piece of scrap Whisper White, just stamp out one of them, and then using the 7/8 of an inch scallop circle, punch that out, and then a dimensional onto the back, and then you can pop that onto your label, and there you go. That's the project completed. So it's very quick, very simple. I do love the floor. I think it looks quite vintage, very sweet. So thank you very much for joining, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.